Hey, Chillie Falls with Chillie Cruises here. Sorry about the technical glitch, folks. If you were there for the minute or so that I was on the air and bailed off, but anyway, we're back here for travel and cruise industry news. This is volume 53 for the 20th day of July. And where I was when we lost the signal before, as you can tell, I'm not in my normal location at the farm. I'm doing a pet sitting gig for my niece again this weekend, so I'm out in a different location. The signal is not what I'm used to here, so I'm not sure how well the signal is going live. I won't know that till after it's over with and I can check it out. Also, I'm not sure about lighting, not sure about audio. We're just trying to get stuff posted up and on with it today. But anyway, thank goodness it's a very light news day. You know, after a week of 10 days of pure insanity in the travel and cruise industry news between the tropical storm / hurricane last weekend on the Gulf Coast, and then the issues dealing with San Juan this past week. It's been nutty, and today things are reasonably slow. I do have one story that we'll get to in just a second. If you're new to this channel, welcome. We do live broadcasts on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. for travel and cruise industry news. We talk about cruise ships and anything to do with cruise ships. We can also get into some discussions of other travel as well. So it's not always just about cruise ships. So that's why we call it travel and cruise industry news. Our subscriber count's up to 1,388 as of this morning. It's been a little lull this week on new subscribers. Got a couple in. We welcome all of you if you're new to this channel. We regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you'd like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie Chats, where I do interviews with folks in the travel and cruise industry, and of course the travel and cruise industry news live broadcast, which this is one of. All you have to do is hit the little subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification thing, and you'll be notified as soon as we go live or as soon as we post a new video. And what happens if there's a major news story, I'll immediately get it up by a video or go live if it's big enough. Or we have updates. I can post videos as well as doing videos on cruise ships and so forth. So anyway, that's my commercial message. As always, in the description for this, after this is over with and I get back to filling it in and stuff, the description has all kinds of links. We appreciate any of you that support this channel via the links to like Amazon. You can actually follow my link to Amazon and do any kind of shopping, searching around and find stuff and buy it, and we make a few pennies. You'll also see the notification I have in there of taking Michelle Obama with you on your next cruise. And that's not a political statement, folks. It's just that her memoirs are a best-selling book, and they're available on Audible. Audible is a service that I use a lot, and they've got a good deal now. I think it's like, I don't know the specifics, 3 months for $4.95 or something like that, and you get, I don't know how many, you get a bunch of books free, and it's great. You load the book onto your any kind of device, your phone or your tablet. I carry a little headset with me at all times, little earbuds, and I can plug my phone in if I'm on a flight, plug my phone in and listen to a book. Or if I'm on a cruise, prop my feet up on my balcony and drink coffee and watch the waves go by and listen to a book, or I'm out by the pool. In all likelihood, I've got a book going. I love Audible. It's great. So if you've never used it, hit the link, go investigate it, look at the kind of stuff you can get. It's cool stuff. And we make a few shekels to help support the channel. Again, I'm away from home for 3 days this time. I'll get home back to the farm tomorrow. Weather-wise, we're broadcasting from Forest, Virginia. Actually, I'm in Lynchburg, Virginia. I think this. I'm not sure if this is Lynchburg or if it's Bedford County or Campbell County where I am. I'm kind of out sort of toward the boondocks, out in the not a little bit away from the main part of the city. But anyway, we've got another hot day ahead. It's going to be 96, 97 degrees today. It's been that, I don't know, it's 6 or 7 days in a row that it's 90 or better, and it's awful. Thankfully, I have a lovely pool here where I'm staying this weekend, and I plan on spending a good deal of time today on a float in the water, because I got very little to do until I got to go feed the horses tonight. Now, at any time and during this broadcast, we're liable to have a visit from one of 2 dogs or a cat that might join in the proceedings. The horses that I also take care of here, they're down there in the barn. They're not going to come up to the house, so we don't have to worry about horses. But the dogs and the cats, they could join us at any time. Okay. Enough silliness. Let's get on to the main news. There's actually really only one major story today, a news story. And that was broken last night by my buddy, that started to put the first video up I saw of it about the celebrity Solstice cruise ship. Had departed Seattle yesterday afternoon at 4 o'clock Seattle time, and got on its way to Ketchikan and had a total power failure. The engineers on board got it put back together and got the ship going again, and got it returned to circle back around to go back into port. They radioed in and got a tugboat out to assist, because it came in very slowly. They got back into Seattle. They did whatever work they had to do with whatever the problem was, and then they had to go through a full Coast Guard inspection. And the information I have is that they sailed at 1:30 this morning, Seattle time, and are on their way. The last time I checked, the location of the ship was just outside the Puget Sound, on its way to Ketchikan, and the hopes were that it would catch up on the schedule and they would actually land in Ketchikan. I believe it's tomorrow, on the regular schedule. Let's see, the cruise have put a further update out just a few moments ago. The celebrity cruise ship departed from Pier 91 in Seattle and had a power outage. Apparently, it occurred around 5:15 p.m. north of Kingston, in a statement issued by the Coast Guard. The outage only occurred for minutes, but as a precaution, the ship, which had 4,331 guests on board, returned to Pier 91 at the Port of Seattle with the tugboat assisting, like I said. The Coast Guard investigated the ship once it returned to make sure it was safe to commence its voyage. And according to marine traffic, it was soon departed out of there and headed toward its original final destination of Anchorage, Alaska. Oh, its first port of call in Anchorage, Alaska. I thought it was Ketchikan. So that's different from the information I had. The ship is scheduled to arrive at Anchorage on July 21st. That's tomorrow. The ship should be able to arrive without delay. Other ports of call include Juneau, Tracy Arm Fjord, Skagway, and then Victoria on the way back. It's a 7-day Alaskan cruise to land in Seattle on July 26th. And this might be a mistake, folks. I am reasonably sure the Seattle run stops in Ketchikan. It does not go all the way to Anchorage. So I have a report from Cruise Hub that I think might be in error. The Solstice is a 122,000 ton cruise ship. And it's scheduled to undergo the next renovation in 2021. So that's a little bit of news in the cruise industry. Had a problem, got it fixed, got on its way. So nothing major happened to cause any further problems. So the Solstice is on its way. The other things that's happened in the last couple of days, just to reiterate them, because we've talked about them before, the Carnival Vista got done with the Azopod repairs on that floating dry dock over in Grand Bahamas early, and they have added a 4-day cruise out of Galveston, sailing on the 23rd, I believe it is. And I think today is the last day that you can get on that cruise. It's dirt cheap. If you can get to Galveston by the 23rd, boy, you need to talk to. You can either call me or Carnival, because I mean it's really dirt cheap. They weren't expecting to do it. They actually got done earlier than they expected. And the other thing this week is the Carnival Panorama that finished its sea trials. We did a video on that yesterday. The Panorama is back in for its final stages of construction now. It passed all the sea trials with flying colors. And there's two reasons that this is, well, three reasons that this is important. One, it's a new big ship, a Vista class ship that Carnival is coming out with. It has a couple sister ships, including the Carnival Vista, that's had these Azopod problems. So hopefully, whatever caused the Azopod problems has been figured out with the repair work, and that they will be able to check and make sure that the Panorama doesn't have the same problems. And the other thing that's important about the Carnival Panorama is when it comes out in late November of this year, she will be based in Los Angeles doing Mexican and Riviera cruises, stopping at Cabo, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. And it's the first time in 20 years that a new cruise ship will be based on the West Coast. So I have a feeling that's going to be a very popular venue and popular cruise on the West Coast. If you've never done the cruise out of LA to the Mexican Riviera, that's one that all cruisers need to do once. I've done 3, I think now. It's a nice cruise, and there's fun stuff to do in Mexico. Those 3 ports are safe places in Mexico. So, and they're reasonably priced. So it's a good cruise. It's going to be a nice cruise. That's, of course, open for sale now. You can contact me or any of your normal cruise provider. So, like I say, light on the news today, thank goodness, after the 10 days or so we've had. That's it from here. This is Chillie, the crazy fat travel guy. Not at home. Be going home tomorrow evening. If anything comes up this weekend, I still monitor everything going on in the travel and cruise industry. I'll either do another live broadcast or get a video up. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. And remember, if you'd like to keep up with all facets of the travel and cruise industry, including the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and of course, the travel and cruise industry news live broadcasts 3 days a week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. Just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. hit the bell notification system, and you'll be notified when I'm going live and when I get a video posted. That's it for now. This is Chillie, the Fat Travel Guide. Later, y'all.